Good morning. Gorgeous day if you make it. A lot of people immediately resort to talking about the darkness. And so we have to accept that that is going to happen with this season at this time of year, always in Canada. It's not a surprise, but how can we find a way to work our lives accepting it? Is it Norwegian culture, there's a hygge, H-Y-G-G-E, is a culture that they have about making things comfortable in the darkness. And actually in all the Scandinavian cultures, they found a way to make a beautiful life, if not even look forward to it during the months of darkness, whether it's how their homes are arranged, that going inward that we talked about, the cold and the slowing down of all of nature and the earth gives you a chance to slow down. So, if we know it's coming, what are some tools we can use to access it? So, yesterday I was talking to a friend who really struggles with the darkness and seasonal affective disorder and all that. And I said, well, do you ever use one of those lights? Have you found that works? And he goes, no, funny you should mention it. I did buy an alarm clock that you wake up to natural light. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. He's avoided using it because he doesn't want the idea of being told what to do and when to wake up. I thought, why don't you take that alarm clock and have it set for 3:30, 4 in the afternoon? When we start to hit that slump and it's dark and our natural inclination is to reach for coffee, what if we access that light? Or that was when we set an alarm on our phone, especially during COVID, to go outside and just walk around the block, nothing big. So we have to choose a way to make it work. It's not going to go away. I reluctantly bought very warm, insulated yoga pants because I know I'm going to be teaching all my yoga classes for trails outside in the winter. Thank you, COVID. They also have these really nice gloves at Costco that are paper thin, but they're meant to be highly warm and they're for outdoor sports. So I got some of those. So today I have two short readings. The first one, I'm going to read them out of order because one of them is about ritual and one is about joy. And I'd like us to finish on the joy one. The importance of ritual. Rituals create meaning. They're a way of honoring the people in our lives and the things we love and our belief systems. An action consciously taken and repeated gathers meaning by ritually focusing your attention on whatever it is you're honoring. Think of some everyday rituals, from giving thanks at the beginning of a meal to lighting a candle in remembrance of someone we lost or missed. A ritual can take the form of morning meditation or yoga. Over time, these rituals accumulate power through the act of their repetition, and I think they said it takes 30 days for something to become a habit. It might be helpful to put it in your calendar if you're not good at just self-starting. And they give a meaning and structure to our lives. So even you doing this class, I know a lot of you have developed a ritual of what time of day you're doing the class. And the other one I really, really, really like, and this kind of goes back to what we were talking about, choosing to access joy and happiness in a time when it's easier to throw up our hands and say, oh, poor us, it's winter, look at the darkness. I know Jan and a few of you love winter, Furnace Big Skier. There are so many ways we can access joy. Begin by finding something that generates that feeling of joy within you, and you could even brainstorm a list. Even that action of brainstorming would be joyful. This could be a small, meaningful gift someone had given you, or it could be something from nature. Joy can reside in an activity you love, something you read, or a piece of music. Joy can reside in the smallest things, and when you feel yourself in need of joy, turn to one of these sources, listen to that song, and do a downward facing dog pose. Draw a picture or go for a walk. Hold that object in your hands and in your heart to remind yourself of the sensation of joy, and you will always have access to it. So that's the nice thing. There are a few things in this earth that are free, and feelings are free. And I remember I read a quote once that people who put up Christmas decorations early tend to be actually a more glass half full, joyful person. And the joy that you get from these tiny simple rituals, for me, it's bringing out certain fall things. And then I put away all those decorations, and then I put out the next season. Christmas brings me the most joy. And you might even want to go and try to tap into, what is it that's bringing you the joy? Is it that feeling of innocence from your childhood when you first recognized that object? Is it the person that gave it to you? Find that. There's another brainstorming session for you. So quickly, I know some of you like to get moving. We'll quickly grab our animal for today, and then we will start our practice. Squirrel, I swear we get that one a lot. Snake, okay, cobra it is. The term for snake is healing, and it says you are a healer. I don't know if you want to take it that literally, but when you think about the pose in itself, oh my gosh, and the book even automatically opened to the right one. The pose of cobra, all the cobra series are healing in themselves. They help with the back, the spine, they tone the front and back of the body. Not every pose has an opportunity to work on all the systems of the body. What I like about cobra is you're engaging all the muscular systems, the hands, the feet, and all the muscles and stuff that are supporting the spine. The healing gifts you possess are not actually yours. They emanate from nature or God, and they're grounded in your body. So you're like a transmitter. It's through your body that this force is focused and expressed. There are 2 areas of hotspot of concentration of life force, in your heart and your hands. So that makes sense whether you're doing or thinking about people. Maybe you're an empath. And quite often what we feel in our heart, we transmit through our hands through deeds. And do whatever you need to keep them energetically clear. An effective way to clear your heart and hands is to purge them by bathing with white light. I'm still not sure how I feel about this. Google it if you're curious. Bathing in white light. Maybe walking in nature. I know Leslie and some of you are so lucky you walk in nature regularly, and that must be cleansing for you. Don't fear your healing power. It's your destiny to relieve the suffering of others, and as you do so, you transform your own suffering. I swear we read this recently. So rebirth, transformation, I just paraphrased it because I know some of you are not new agey. I'm not super new agey, and some of that information was too new agey. Okay, earlier this morning, before I turned this on, I came onto my knees into Hero or Thunderbolt. Just this act, I'm just gonna grab my blocks. Just the act of coming onto your knees, I know is impossible for some of you. So, you have a choice. You can come onto your knees, and I'll tell you why we're doing this. We won't be here long, so I can either just do it, embrace the discomfort, remember yin yang, black white, or I'm going to show you from the side. I can take these 2 blocks between my ankles. You see that? Press my ankles on the outer edges. Why do they keep moving? And then I make a little stool and sit back. But that's not the exercise. The exercise here is not just to sit here. Really what I want you to do is to feel what happens. I want you to feel the discomfort. So I'm sitting on my knees, sitting on my feet untucked. Press those thighs together, palms down, shoulders back. Initially, it might feel like it doesn't bother you at all. But I want you to close your eyes. Just tune into all the feelings that happen when we fold our body into a position that's not natural in our everyday lives. Instantly, I notice my temperature goes up. The tops of my ankles are uncomfortable. And if that's really a problem, so people put a folded blanket under the tops of their feet. Shoulders back, shift your weight back, and notice what happens. My thighs turn on. The more I practice yoga, the more I realize that the discomfort, not pain, can actually bring healing and mobility to the rest of my day. And most good things in this world have to come with some kind of effort or discomfort, unfortunately, unless you're born rich. So I'm just shifting back. And you could come forward, come out of the discomfort, excuse me, and back into the discomfort. What turns on? Just keep those knees pressing down. And keep noticing the discomfort sections of your body light up like Christmas lights. And what if I told you this was your meditation, just the noticing? This is starting to get annoying on my feet. I'm noticing that, I'm accepting it. My heat and my body's getting higher because that is annoying on my ankles and my knees. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Notice the discomfort. Don't run away from it. Sit with the yuck. My teachers would always talk about how the lotus flower has to grow in yuck, in mud. That beautiful flower cannot exist in a normal soil under beautiful conditions. So isn't nature amazing that in parts of the world where there's absolutely nothing thriving, there's still beauty? Think about a desert, how beautiful it is. There are certain plants that can only grow in bad soil in Africa. And I've had enough. I'm starting to feel irritated. So I'm going to take myself out of this pose. I like to lean forward. And I'm just going to tap out the tops of my feet. opposite. Tuck, untuck, tuck. Oh, that's really annoying. And untuck. Tuck. Woo. Untuck. And you have a choice. You can keep going and going and going in these poses. This is stretching my toes. This is really good for plantar fasciitis. Ah. And I will let you come on your back. We're going to quietly lower down. And hopefully on your back, knees bent is a pose of pleasure. Let's keep the chin to the chest for a moment. Arms relaxed, palms turned up. I'm going to keep you here till you're uncomfortable. So I'm going to press the nails down. My shoulders want to go down. My chin is forward. This is really tight at my shoulders and my neck. Press your feet down. I'm going to press my thigh flesh together. You could bring arches in the balls of the feet and the heels together. Instantly, my core had to turn on to support me up here in this discomfort. So feel the discomfort. What are you noticing in your body? And then I'm going to let you bring the weight of the head down just a little, halfway. Notice the next level of discomfort. What's a beautiful gift and fun? You can bring your head all the way down. And just pause. The beautiful gift of discomfort is that it forces you to be completely in the moment. No matter what's going on in your life, it's kind of impossible. The ego or the body takes its notice and attention to that discomfort before anything else. All of the personal drama between you and anyone in your life falls away. All of your other ailments fall away. Keep that tailbone down, and I'm going to start to engage my lower belly. I remember the first time a teacher asked me to do that. There was a difference between my core, kind of around your belly button, and your lower abdomen. And the more you learn to tune into these different zones of muscular effort, solar plexus, belly, abdomen, you have more control over the spinal action as well. So engage the lower belly, clench your bum, and soften. Engage the lower belly, and soften. And one more time, engage the lower belly, and soften. So that's one of the bandhas. I think it's called Mula Bandha. There's an energy lock. If you're a woman, it's in the muscular effort inside your perineum vagina. And it links with our glutes. So notice when you clench your bum, automatically it also engages the muscles down there in our girl area. Now I want to take this further. Engage the belly. So for that to happen, I feel some tugging in my hip flexors. So lower abdomen and belly, and press my lower back down. That, I immediately feel that connection between my tailbone and my lower back. And then one last piece, let's add it to the mix. Lower abdomen, belly, and the solar plexus. Brace your belly like your core, like you're going to be punched here. And that helps me press my back into the floor. Nice stretch of the upper back, and then release. And let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Engage. Abdomen, belly, solar plexus, press down, and release. Abdomen, belly, solar plexus, and release. And one more time. Lower abdomen, belly, solar plexus, press it into the floor, press your nails down, chin to the sky, this is super intense, and let it go. Stop for a moment. And notice the opposite sensation that occurs from intensity to release. Intensity, commitment, to surrender. I'm just going to gently let my knees rock from side to side without opening them. The opening would be my default, and I'm trying to keep you present. And because I'm not feeling much, especially if you're a flexible body, it's human nature to want to walk wider to feel something. So now my feet are wide, I'm going to let the knees fall to the right. Oh, so tight. Center, and fall to the left. And notice the difference. I want you to see black and white, dark and light. One side is effortless, and one side is so tight. We keep noticing that contrast. We talked about that yesterday, how life is full of these contrasts. And then back to center, soles of the feet together. Let's feel this contrast. Soles of the feet together, knees fall wide, hands on my abdomen. Notice the tightness and hesitation, refusal to surrender in your hips or belly. Close your legs, thighs to chest, little boat. We'll take our knees to the floor on the left. Slowly open out the right arm. I hear a lot of people challenged with their pec muscles, especially if we're forward. Even if you're cleaning out your basement, that's a lot of muscles used to lift the boxes. Oh. Let's take 2 breaths here. Eyes are closed. Looking for surrender and the weight in that right shoulder towards the floor. Back to center. Try to keep the knees together as you come to center. Pausing in the middle, pulling the knees in tight, double leg wind relieving pose. Oh. Option to come in a little boat. Let's take our knees down to the floor on the right. Double leg spinal twist. Left arm opens. Oh! Oh my gosh, so tight. So I'm gonna help it. I'm gonna give myself a little massage. I can feel where it's tight on my dominant side. And you know what I'm going to tell you? Grab a block if you need between the knees. That makes this experience a little easier. Oh, so tight. I wasn't even lifting boxes. And then back to center. Little boat. Or circles. Right leg in tight, left leg slides straight. Take a pause and notice how your body receives this simple stretch. Left hand takes right knee over, single leg spinal twist. So Fern told me she could hear the ticking of the clock in our class, and that it was somehow comforting. It reminded her of our class. And maybe that was a ritual that your brain knew that when you heard the ticking of the clock, it's time to let go and relax. And I'm really sad that we can't be physically together, but it really warms my heart that when I hear your feedback that you guys have found ways to make this still be like a community in your own homes, but still connected. That's kind of exciting. That COVID can't overcome you. Back to center, thighs to chest, little boat. Let's take left leg in tight, right leg straighten. Right hand takes left knee over, single leg spinal twist. Back to center. Little boat or egg beaters. And then let's take these knees wide for a moment. Hands on the knees, pause. In that pause, I want you to zero in on the hesitation in your body. Just accept this simple shape. We're coming into happy baby. That is one of the most standard poses that a lot of us do, especially children early in their yoga practice. But in adult bodies, isn't it funny that a pose that's named after children, effortless children, is difficult for adult bodies? Oh! So I'm going to take hands behind my knees, attempt to come into setup for happy baby. Notice the hesitation in your body. That noticing is really important as your meditation. And I'm going to take my hands further up. Oh my, how come I can barely reach? Woo! And I wanted to mention, I'm noticing a lot of the places where people go walking are really crowded. If you are curious to go to trails, there's 100 acres, gorgeous forested trails. Leslie works on site. It's on Warden, just north of Wellington or Aurora Road. I'm sure if you would like her information, you can contact her and she would say it's okay to come for a walk with or without her. I know as long as they're given a heads up that someone's approaching, so let me know. And I'm going to bring my feet together, recline goddess one time. This is for you, Franca. Soles together. Can you feel your skin? So toe pads touching, Heels touching. If I press the heels together, do you notice anything happen to your inner thighs or groin muscles? Coming back to that muscular bandha, the mula bandha that we talked about earlier on in the body. And then close your legs. We'll quickly take right over left. Pull it in. Shoelace. Option to take deeper. I promise we'll do more on hips tomorrow. Today is super tight. Switch, left over right. I will say at least for the cobra poses, you don't really need a lot of hip action. The effort is in the front and back lines of the body. And release, shake it out. Okay, rolling on your side. This is just as important as the action. This calm fetal position. Slowly pressing up, and quickie, we'll do our flowy cat-cow. This is for you. Yana said she really liked this, and I do think it's definitely important when we're doing cobra to have that connection of the spine and the vertebrae all up and down the back. And so we have this beautiful link, almost like a chain link, and then I've wrapped flesh around it. So when we're doing cobra, a lot of the action is directed towards the flesh and muscles around the spine and the bones. So coming into extended child's pose, look forward, pressing chest towards your thighs, maybe even lift your fingers and press the palms down, activating the arms. Drop your head for a moment, look forward, slowly come forward into tabletop, chin to chest, pelvis forward, shoulders just beyond your wrists, look up, press back, look forward, relax, inhale up, tabletop, chin to chest, pelvis forward, shoulders forward, look up, press back, so back and forth, just like you're opening and closing something. One last time. Linger in the section that feels best in your spine, and then undo extended child's pose. Heart presses towards thigh or the earth. Okay, we'll quickly do our sun salutations. Tuck your toes, walking towards the top of your mat into a forward fold. Knees bend, head goes. Maybe you enjoy this piece, and I can feel the weight of my head pulling down, gently stretching the back of the hamstrings. Arm to the side, ride. Reach up, pass the gift behind you. And wide arm swan dive. Half back, fold. Let's come to our knees. And slowly lower the heart between the hands. One breath, sleeping cobra. Pick up your head, baby cobra. We'll come back to you. Press back, downward dog. Right foot forward, left foot back, high or low lunge. Think about the root to rise here. Hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. Inhaling up, exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant, knees, lower your heart. Sleeping cobra. Pick up your head, baby cobra. Press back, downward dog. Pedaling. Left foot forward, right foot back, high or low lunge. Rise. Hands release. Feet together. Fold. Rise. Heart center. Inhaling up. Exhale, fold. Half back. Fold. Come onto your knees. Slowly lower your heart. One breath, sleeping cobra. Pull the elbows in. Pick up your head, baby cobra. Press back, downward dog. Right foot forward, left foot back. High or low lunge. Set up the bones, bake the shape. Bring your intention. Hands release. Feet together. Fold. Rise. Heart center. Last one. Inhaling up. Exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant, knees, lower your heart. Enjoy this baby cobra. And then pick up your head, baby cobra. First we were in sleeping cobra, now we're in baby cobra. Press back, downward dog. Pedaling. Can you bring pedal, not bending the knees, so right heel drops, left heel light. Left heel drops, right heel light. So we're gonna do this a couple times. I don't know about you, but it's super tight in my body. And then left foot forward, last one, right foot back. Find your footing, rise, high lunge, hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. Awesome, and I know if you really enjoy it, you will give yourself some more. Let's come onto our belly, and let's gonna think more. When we do our cobra, I'm always thinking about the front lines of my body as if I have a spine. I don't, but I have the same level of control, more muscularly than bone, in the front of my body. And then we have all the bone and muscular control of the back lines of our body. When we do cobra and other back bends or heart openers, we're putting that front and back together. So think of an Oreo cookie. Coming onto your mat, slowly come to tabletop. And let's make coming down to the mat just as important as actually being in the cobra. So I'm going to walk my knees back a little bit. Heart moves forward, pause. Pick up your head. Now I want to engage the glutes, clench the bum, engage the core. Bend the elbows back a little and pause. I'm only going down an inch. This is super intense. Another inch, squeeze. My thighs are a little bit apart. So the tops of my thighs are on the mat, but nothing else. Now my pubic bone and hip bones are on the mat, shoulders back, heart moves forward. Lower belly on the mat. Now my belly's on the mat. Finally, my solar plexus and lower ribs are on the mat. Put the brakes on. It's the putting the brakes on that keeps you mindful. My rib cage is on the mat, elbows back, feet untucked, rooting down through the tops of your feet as well as your ribs. Let's take 2 breaths here. I know you want to go all the way down. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale, and once more. Inhale 3. I can feel the breath want to come down. Exhale, final piece. Forehead comes down. Palms stay beside the chest, elbows hug in. Tops of the feet untucked. Sleeping cobra. So, 2 versions. Soft and relaxed. Or press the floor away, hug the elbows together. Squeeze the inner thighs to center. Press the tops of the feet down. Very engaged sleeping cobra. 2 breaths. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Engage the core to the spine this time. Oh, what do you notice in your hips and lower back? Pause for 2 breaths here, even though you want to let go of this engagement. Can you breathe in and out through the nose without losing these locks or engagements? And then slowly soften everything. Turn your cheek to one side, and we're going to windshield wiper. And back to center. Okay, we do sleeping cobra often. I'm going to take it to the next level, baby cobra. So forehead down, palms slide back, elbows hug in, thighs touching, feet press down. Tops of the feet are rooting down just as if you were standing and it was the sole of your foot. And I'm going to pick up just my head, but I'm still staring at the top of the mat. Long back. 2 breaths here. Feel your rib cage rooting down into the earth. And you can be soft and let your hands do the pushing. Or you can engage everything. I'm pulling my belly muscles up towards my spine, deep inside my body. There's 2 experiences, same outward pose. And each time I breathe in, I can engage more and lift my... Actually, how high can you lift your head? Looking forward, not lifting your chest. And then exhale down. Same level of engagement. Let's take it higher. If you really want, you can lift your hands 1/2 inch off the mat. Tops of your feet root down. Rib cage roots down. Chest stays down. Pick up your head. Look just beyond the top of your mat. Engage everything to center. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And just by default, my chest wants to come off the earth. This is a more active cobra. Not this. That's my arms doing the work, and guess what? Cobras don't have arms. We want this to be authentic, no arms. Hugging everything to center, rooting down to the tops of the feet and the belly, and rise. And if you want, you can come up and down. To the naked eye, it looks like we're doing not much, but I'm sure you feel it. And then release, turn your cheek the other direction, windshield wiper. So, these poses are as little or as much as you want. Some of you who are inclined to feel something deeply are going to do more muscular effort in it. Okay, let's do Cobra with hand assistance. Hands beside your chest, elbows hug in, and just gently press the earth away. Long line, head is looking a foot beyond your mat. So, can you breathe yourself in and out of this pose? Higher, engage, 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 and slowly lower down. Engage, engage, engage. I'm barely pressing the heel of my hand into the floor. My feet want to lift, but then that'll be a different pose. Exhale down. One more time. Engage, root to rise through the front line of your body. Hands release. Can you come into a T? Can you lift your legs? Woohoo! Can you bring it into locust? Oh, yeah. And then release. Stack your hands forehead to center. Bend your knees, windshield wiper. Okay. We'll do one last one here. Quite often, some of these poses that if you are a competitive person, you know who you are, you're going to choose to do more, even when this episode is over. So next one, I'm going to come into Sphinx. You can choose to leave your legs down. Let's pause here for 2 breaths. My legs naturally want to go a little wider. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. And inhale 3. Exhale. Option to bend your feet and flex. Guess what? The shape is slowly becoming bow. We're not going to do full bow, but I want you to feel this. Inhale 1. Exhale. Can you lift even more of your belly off the mat? Engage the glutes, peeling. So right now my pubic bone, lower abdomen are on the floor, but my belly is hollowed out. Some of you I know can you fully hollow out the belly? So now just the tops of my thighs above my knees are on the mat. And then slowly lower back down. Option now look up to the ceiling, keeping everything flexed. Imagining you're making your body into a full circle. And then release. Windshield wiper. Nice work. A natural other pose to come in the opposite counter pose would be straighten this arm and come into child's pose. Side child's pose. 2 breaths here. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Use that top hand. Push yourself up, and that was a lot of back work. Let's pick today's wisdom. This is so much love. Okay, I like this one. I'm constantly telling my son this. I give what I want to receive. We need to give what we want to receive. When you experience any lack in your life, so if you don't have something happen in your life, ask yourself, well, what am I not giving? Be the change you want to be. Golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you are feeling unloved, instead of being angry and bitter and ramping up that bitterness, can you do the opposite? Can you dig deep inside your wounded self and find someone or a deed? How can you express love? We talked about all the languages of love. So maybe it's not as simple as saying, I love you to somebody who seems bitter, but it's doing an act of love or kindness or service to somebody. It could be a stranger, it could be someone in your life. Thank you so much for your effort. Have a beautiful Tuesday. The good in me sees the good in you. Namaste.